Hello, everybody, and we are back with our Spice Up Manifestation Day 29. Believe it or not, we are moving to the end of our session. So catch up if you still have something to watch or do some workbook. I'm still going to keep everything online. I'm not going to take anything off because there is a lot of value in everything what I'm sharing. And if you really, really want to manifest something successfully, follow the steps, listen to the videos, do the exercises, these fun work actually is going to get you somewhere closer where you want to be. But again, it's all about commitment. It's all about your decision to really, really start understanding how manifestation works and how to produce the results that you want with your manifestation. Today, we are going to be talking about the awareness. What is awareness? A lot of people do not even understand what exactly that means. And I always tell that there is never the lack of the resources in our universe. It's the lack of our awareness. Meaning, because we are not in tune, we do not know, we are kind of so busy being with our acting on the autopilot. Everything is just the same routine. We wake up, we do the same things. Every day is the same thing. And we barely stop and pause and reflect and understand why we are here, what is there for us to do. So today we are going to dive a little bit more into the awareness. Awareness, it's our ability to recognize and understand the thoughts, the feelings, and the behaviors. It serves as the foundation for personal growth and meaningful change. Why is this important? Because it actually helps us to have this emotional balance. A lot of times we are not in tune with our emotions and we are not able to regulate these emotions well. That's why it's so important to understand, because remember, we are more than our thoughts. We are more than our emotions. And once we understand that awareness and start looking from a different perception at everything what's going on around us, as well as in our heads, we understand that a lot of times we stress ourselves out for something that is not even real. For instance, if the person is dating somebody and they like that person, and then they start comparing their prior experiences where they were they were ghosted or the relationship didn't work. They start really focus on the things that it can't be true. One of these days that person is going to leave, and they start projecting that reality with their thinking, not even realizing that they are just sabotaging that relationship to go in the way that they do not desire. Why? Because they do not have the awareness how our thoughts and our emotions and our actions are connected. So if the person is constantly worrying about, okay, today that person is with me, tomorrow that person might be gone, what am I going to do? And the more they give that power to that thinking, remember what we focus on is going to expand. And that's exactly at one point it becomes their reality. And then they are saying, that's exactly what I was expecting. But it didn't happen as a coincidence. It just because the person didn't have the awareness how their thoughts and actions and emotions were connected, because where they put the energy, that's where that energy was expanding. So today we are talking more about how do we understand our feelings, how do we get in tune with our thoughts, and how our thoughts can be repatterned and shift for something that we truly want, rather than just entertaining something that is scary, that is stressful, that is something that we are not desiring. Being aware, it means that we understand more the communication and connection with others. Because if we are aware about our surroundings, if we are aware about ourselves, we know better how to navigate with people around us. And mindfulness is very important, because we are so prone to just operate like these computers, thinking, being busy, and not even realizing what's going on around us. The idea of mindfulness is to live in the present moment here and now by pausing and just look at the situation, look at everything around us. And that help us through meditation, through scanning our body, through focusing on something what we want to focus. Why is this important? Why do we do these things? It's just to reduce the stress, increase our clarity, and improve our emotional regulation, because there are gazillion of tools where we can regulate our emotions and we can keep that balance. So, in other words, we are not getting triggered by anything outside of us once we become more aware how to deal with anything that comes our way, because we are more in check with our emotions, we are more in check with our thoughts, and obviously it reflects on our actions. What are the common challenges when we are talking about the awareness? We live in the world of technology. We are constantly busy with social media, with the phones, with the computers, and that busyness is not allowing us to live in the present moment. A lot of times we either live in the past or go into the future. So our goal is to stay as much as we can in the present moment, because that's the only moment that we have. That's the moment from which we manifest and create our reality. That's why when we become more aware, when we have that time, okay, maybe put all the gadgets to the side and just have that hour where everybody's present, where the people that's near and dear to you, you just have these conversation, deep conversation, you listen to each other, there is no distraction, because our attention span is just like everywhere. We want to scroll the social media, we want to talk to somebody, we want to watch TV, everything at the same time. That's where our focus gets dissipated in different locations, and that's why we cannot really manifest what we want. And a lot of times we also have to understand that that awareness also requires us to look at the things and be truthful to ourselves. We learn through this work to be more vulnerable, to be authentic, and work more from that observer rather than the participant, right? So, what do I mean by that? In any given situation, rather than just being that person who was involved, sometimes it's good just to step back and be as an observer, as you're just watching two people interacting without any judgment, without making any subjective results and saying that, like that person was right or I was right, right? Sometimes all it requires just to observe, and the more we are in that non-judgment space, the more we become aware what exactly that situation is given to us, what that person is there to teach us, right? Because remember, we are all teachers and students for each other. The more we become aware of it, the more we become more in tune with navigating this beautiful life. So, awareness is the skill, and this is something that we are practicing. There is not a single person in this world who is 100% aware. What happens when we are growing as humans, when we are evolving, and when we are investing ourselves in self growth? What happens? We are just moving from one level of awareness to another level of awareness. We become more in tune what's going on around. We become more in touch with our feelings and thoughts and emotions, and we know how to consciously direct them in order to create exactly what we want to create in our life. So just to give you the real example, as I was mentioned in the beginning of this series, that I lost the job during pandemic. And that time around, I decided that I want to step into being a business owner. But then again, what was in my awareness at that moment? In my awareness, all I know that I have the degree in accounting, and all I can do just open my own accounting firm. But that was not something that inspired me. That was not something that would drive me every morning from the bad to do something that I want to do. And again, it's just that fact of the awareness. Then, when my daughter reached out and told me that, Mom, I cannot study online, hire me the therapist. And by me reaching to our dance teacher who said that my daughter does not need the therapist, she knows a great girl who is a life coach. That was again the lack of my awareness, because I did not even know who these people are. And I'm sure the people who might be watching this live can relate to that. A lot of times we do not know so many things. And rather than just deny something, we want to learn more about it and understand that. And then we can say this is for us or not for us. Again, I was just navigating in 3D world. I was in my conditions and situation. This is my degree. This is what I can do. And I just couldn't see anything past that. But once I discovered what life coaching is all about, and I connected and I said, this is something I want to really have under my belt, because this is something that I feel is mine. Everything just started to opening up for me. And like I said, everything started with the decision. Once you make that decision and you direct your energy on something that you want to have in your life, when we make one step forward, the universe is going to make 10 steps towards us. And that's exactly when I started to expand my awareness, because I've never heard about life coaches. I didn't know who they are. And I didn't even think that this is something that I can do. But once I connected with that and I started to go very confidently on that path, I've been through the trainings all the time. I have my business coach. I have my mindset coach. I have marketing and sales coach. And that's exactly what's the point of you to grow. If you want something, that's your decision to make. And there are already people who can take you the places where you want to be, because there are people who already went through that path, the people who got some results, so they can take you through that system and show you how to do it. You do not have to just do it on your own, because when we are doing this work on our own, it's just like we are throwing the spaghetti on the wall and just see what sticks. And obviously, there is a lot of frustration because things are not working out the way we want to work. But if we follow the proven system that generates the results, that's exactly what the game is changing. So awareness is the biggest part. Sometimes we are just seeing whatever is around us, and we determine what we can or cannot have. And I'm here to say that we can have anything what we want. But for that, we have to raise our awareness. And that's exactly what we do with this work when we are working on manifestation, when we are working on self development. This is something that is going to open us the doors and created these pathways that we never thought we would be able to walk or to see, right? So if the window is closed, there is a door to be open. But sometimes the person is so much into their fixated mindset that they do not see any opportunities. That's why it's great when you have somebody by your side who knows everything and can take you through these steps, right? Again, if you keep your mind open for the possibilities, the possibilities are coming your way. Remember, it's never the lack of the resources in our life, it's the lack of our awareness. Grow your awareness, and you are tapping on a different frequency, and you start to be that perfect match for everything what you desire. You become that attraction magnet for the people that are going to have the answers for your steps. You become the attraction magnet for the circumstances. It just everything starts to fall into the place. But for that to happen, there is work to be done. Remember, this is the inside out work. Our world has nothing to do with what we can have in our life. It's all already coming from us. If we decide that we want something, we can have it. But there is a lot of patience, there is commitment, there is investment, and there is just no quitting policy, and you can have it. Thank you so much. It was awesome. And for fun work, we are having have this gratitude walk. Just go outside and start noticing the beauty around and express appreciation for your surroundings. This is something that's going to increase your awareness because you become more in the moment, you become more present, and understand that the only thing we have is here and now. And let's just live our life to the fullest and let's enjoy every moment. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow on another episode. Bye.